I'm Sarah Jane Farrell, and I'm really on a mission to get people to return to trust, because without trust we have nothing. And it's my vision and my purpose to really get people to heal through feeling again and come back to their heart, so that when they feel good, the world looks good, and then they start to trust life and other people. And it's the best way to help animals, and that's really my passion, is to help animals that have been abused or traumatized to start again. And that start is always from trust, to rebuild trust in life, in our bodies, in the way we interact with other people and deepen our relationships, and also just how we fit in this big, beautiful, brutal world, and come back to our hearts, heal the separation sickness that's really killing the earth and killing everything that is joyful and meaningful. We're at Imoya, which is a big cat sanctuary for over 40 lions and 2 tigers that have been rescued from horrendous situations, private homes where they were being played with and anthropomorphized by people to be big pets. And they're not, they're wild animals. And also from circuses and just places where I'm really passionate about getting animals out of zoos, out of circuses, and back into the wild. So we came to Imoya to meet these beautiful cats that have traveled a very long way. Some of them have come from zoos in Egypt. They have their stories, and you can find out more about these beautiful children of the sun gods on the imoya.org.za site. And they really are here to teach us how to be brave at heart. But they each have their own story, because my work really works from a nervous system point of view of everywhere we were attached to these old stories, we get sick, we can't move forward, we're living in the past. And for these cats some of them have been neutered, some of them have been declawed, they've had a tough life before they got brought back here. Because a lot of these cats have been brought up or bred in zoos or for canned lion hunting, they don't know how to be lions. Yes, we always have this innate wisdom in our bodies that we are who we are. But just as people, when we interface with other animals, they do take on a lot of our own persona. So if you bring up a lion with a dog, it thinks it's a dog, until it's a big cat and that natural instinct kicks in. So along with the rehabilitation, the most important thing for me is if I can get more people to learn and to use this trust process, it changes everything. And the beautiful thing is everybody wants everybody cares. Innately, we want better for ourselves, for animals, for the way that we're treating the earth. And this has just been an incredible opportunity to give back to these lions, to remember who they've always been and tap back into that brave heart, the lion heart that is within us all. How I work is very much that energy. It's very non-verbal, and it's all about returning to trust. So my work with neuroplasty, the nervous system, is vital in this role in how we actually heal ourselves, and it's all on a very subconscious level. So over the last 16 years of working with many, many modalities, Chinese medicine, body talk, my process of returning people to trust is very simple. It's not always easy, but it's simple because everyone can do it. Just as animal communications can come later, we need to build on trust before we do anything. I mean, you know that you're not going to walk into a stranger's house and they're not strange until you say hello, but there's always this sort of this measuring of, and judgment, because we're human, of where do I fit? Am I safe here? Am I going to be judged? Am I going to be abandoned? Is this going to work out well or is it not? And I kind of felt like that when we arrived, when I arrived here with Julia. There's a space in between where you're looking to see where you fit and if it's safe. And this really is the work of secure attachment. So the trust process, which I particularly is my anchor point, it's the foundation of all the work that I do, is to get people and animals into a place where there's just total peace and calm. First from the person that's holding that space. So I will take on the responsibility of connecting with that animal from a place of non-thinking, where my space of just being spacious is bigger than the thoughts that are coming from the animal of, is this person going to hurt me? What do they want me to do? What do I need to do? And I see this so much, especially with domestic animals and horses, where they're not used to us being so quiet in a space where there's no thoughts that are frequencies that they're picking up all the time and then responding. And it just takes presence and patience and persistence, especially with other animals, when you try this for yourself. Because just when we think it's not working, because it takes as long as it takes, we're going at the animal's pace, you'll see a shift. And there's certain things that you need to look out for to see how far down that animal's coming to a space of absolutely zero thinking. And that is where this deep healing begins. And you see the animals start to shake off what Peter Levine, who created the somatic release processes with his work with Waking the Tiger and the nervous system, talks about where you start to see the body literally start shaking off years and years and years of trauma. The beauty about the trust process is that when you use it and the animal will tell you, or the person, it's like, we're done for today, that's all the body can take, because the body, remember, the body's the one that's got to have the physical experience. We need to go at the pace of the animal or the body so that the body gets to experience this. Yesterday was really, really exciting because I got to teach some of the volunteers at Amoya who've come from all over the world. We have a guy from America and a beautiful girl from France and one from Holland. They were very skeptical when I showed them, walked them through how simple it is to be able to use this process. And they were just blown away at how easily they were able to do it once they got out of the thinking mind. So it was beautiful. It's beautiful to see, and this is just the power of this work, is that anyone can do it. And the more people that I can get to start using this, we start changing team dynamics, not just with our domestic animals, but we can start really expanding into organizational teams, changing the matrices within teams just by doing work with the trust process. It's a little bit different how we go through the trust process for people, because we have the most stories and we need to let these old stories die off. The animals are so much more open because they live more in the present than we do, to let go of these stories. So it was incredible to just watch the volunteers actually doing the process on their own without me supporting them, how quickly they were able to get these animals into a space of deep healing. So it's my work, it's just so gratifying. It's just some days I feel really guilty that this is what I get to do for a living, because it gives back so much. So, you know, if you're wanting to help your animals, to be happier and have strong, healthy immune systems and not be involved in your high state of thinking all the time. So the benefits of learning this, not only going to make you feel more relaxed and calmer and have more capacity to learn. We can't learn when our adrenals are up and we're thinking all the time. So it's a great space that everybody should learn. So if you want to know more about the trust process, if you'd like to learn how to do the trust process or work with me in a private capacity on your own healing or your own business, you can find me over at accessyourtruenature.com and stay in the question. Just keep an open mind and be patient with yourself. We're so used to having instant answers, and sometimes it's just about slowing it down.